Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris from New York.
With me months ago. I don't think this was something that was reactionary to what happened in October.
Westchester County, that is. I spent the last couple of days reviewing the conference that was going on down in North Carolina. They have 50-minute videos on everything that was going on. I think you should take a look at it. They do speak about some interesting stuff. I'm not going to say it's not interesting, even though I'm not 100% happy about how the conference was handled. But now that I've watched it and I'm beginning to understand the way it was set up, okay. One thing I do want to just touch base on is there was one thing that was brought up, a question I believe somebody had, was why the astronauts do not wear shoelaces. I mean, not shoelaces, shoes up at the ISS, and I just gave it away. It's because of shoelaces. It's another thing for us to debunk, just like they took the stars away from us. The stars don't exist, right? When you go out in outer space, because they can't seem to figure that out. They don't wear shoes because of the shoelaces. When they're when they're in a weightless atmosphere, those shoelaces should be moving around like this, right? Well, no, they're not, because they're not in a weightlessness environment. So it's one other thing that they said, let's not have to worry about it. Just don't wear shoes. And if you do wear shoes, make sure you don't have any shoelaces on them. But I personally have never seen them ever wear shoes on any of these meetings that they have up there. One should be coming up soon. It's Thanksgiving. I know they like to tease us a little bit around the holidays, so I'm sure they'll be doing something on the ISS. I want you to watch one particular guy. He's screwed up already a couple times. If you've seen some of the previous videos of the interviews from him, because he can't seem to get that 15-second delay down. So keep your eye on him. I forget what his name is. He's a younger guy. He just got transferred up there, I think, last year or 6 months ago, whenever they did the ceremony of the transferring of the elites up in the ISS, or shall we say the International Swimming Station. Anyway, so look for that. That should be coming out soon. I brought it up quite a few times. I even did a video on it. The sun and the moon have been annoying the hell out of me ever since I've gotten into this. And I can't believe we bought it, to believe that the sun being 400 times bigger than the Earth and the moon, and then all of a sudden, mysteriously, after 10 million years, the moon just happened to get further enough away where it's the same exact size of it, and that's why we have the eclipse and everything. But anyway, and I'm rambling on. I just can't believe we bought that. It makes no sense, and people buy this stuff. They walk around thinking that we're idiots, and this is what they believe. This is the model that they believe. The sun. Now, this is coming from the conference, okay? And I want you to think about it. Now, if we live in a matrix, that's a whole different story. Everything is a program, around us. And everything feels real because we're programs too. That's if we're in a matrix. All right, so let's put that aside. That's another belief right there. All right, the sun itself, it could be just, as we've said before, a projection, but a little more complicated than that. Like, the sun itself is not like a disk or anything like that. This is the heat source is coming from an alternate area. And now I understand what Mark Sargent was saying, that the heat source comes from an alternate area, because I didn't understand what he's mentioned it a couple times, and now that he's made it a little clearer, it makes sense, that this is not a solid object up there. You see it in my video here. It's almost like a huge light bulb, in a way. Well, we can't see the back of it, of course. All you're seeing is the front of it. You know where I'm going with this? You know, that could be true. But we don't know these things, and we probably never will. You know, we can speculate about everything. I mean, you know, that's all. The moon, I believe, probably is the same thing. That could be a same setup too. It's just cooler. It's colder, of course. I just wish somebody would get a GoPro rocket and just fly it right into the freaking sun. Or the moon. The moon. All right? That's where I would like them to see. They could just fly it right up there and see what happens. Is it going to go through it? Or is it going to hit the firmament, if there is a firmament up there? Or, you know, what's it going to do? And what they should do is, instead of putting a camera on the bottom, they should also have a camera up on top, you know, on the very tip. And forget about those GoPro cameras, you know, a real camera up there, none of these freaking cameras that NASA uses. I get annoyed just by discussing this with you, you know. I really do. I thank you for viewing my videos. I thank you for subbing. Whether I lose subs, whether I gain subs, I can't take the highway. That's why I'm taking the side roads, because I'm going underneath 84 right now, and it's jammed. So somebody must have decided to flip their car over or drive off the highway somewhere. Who knows? And thank you for taking your time with me. You know, I have some more things to say. You know, everybody with the conference thinks this is a shill convention, shall we say. You know, and I mean, of course, we're all going to be questionable when people give up their
hazard reported ahead.
Sorry about that. That's that stupid GPS again. They give up their lives and they just concentrate on flat Earth, because money has to be brought in somewhere. You know, people have bills. We have mortgages. We've got cars. You know, we have to pay our bills. So whether that being a shill or not, I don't know. I don't know. Whether someone is a government agent and they're part of the CIA and they're gathering information and selling it. Yeah, look, I know information is the most important thing. That's why these social networks exist. You know, and I understand this is very confusing for newbies that are getting into this. You know, I don't know how you're looking at my video if you're not subbed to me. If you haven't subscribed, maybe it got recommended to you. And I'm not going to, you know, I mean, they say Mark Sargent's a CIA operative. You know, they say Patricia Steer is a man. You know, ODD disappeared off the face of the earth. Now he's back, and he's against Mark Sargent and Patricia. You know, you got Flat Earth Reset. You know, you've got Event Horizon, who have great points and great videos. I've watched them myself. You know, but you know, you've got to make up your own mind on where you want to be on this. But as I said before, there's one thing that we all agree on, that the Earth is flat. Whether if it's a matrix, because if you understand, you know, if it's a computer program, you have to make things flat. And this is something that Mark Sargent said. And I agree with that because I'm familiar with the area. And it's you can't curve an Earth. You can't have this little, you know, whatever the thing is you're playing on your game, be running around on a curved Earth, because it would create so much geometry and so much more time to develop the game. Just make it flat. It's easy. That's all. Next story. Let's get the spaceships going. Whatever. Easy program to make. You know. So everybody that I've mentioned, they're all doing a great job. I'm not here to bum anybody or to create problems. I'm here to just steer people in the right direction, and I can't steer you in any right direction because I don't know either. All I do know is that we all compromise on one thing, and we have to concentrate on the Earth being flat. We have to concentrate to the people that are lying to us. We have to concentrate on getting out to people that have master's degrees, you know, that want to debunk us, you know. We've got to get out to politicians, and we've got to get out to the news. That's what we have to concentrate on, and that's where we've got to go. And that's where this should be going. instead of all of this nonsense that's going on between everybody. That's my personal belief. Thank you for taking the time for watching my videos.